Hi and welcome to the Empowered Being Show. I am Seher. Thank you so much for pushing play today. And let's get started. First, I just want to tell you how thankful I am that you're here. I don't take it for lightly that there's somebody out there in the world listening to me, taking our time, and I hope, pray, and wish my deepest desire is that may this add value to you. So let's get started into our episode. So I did a challenge, an experience come challenge, whatever you want to call it, of posting 21 reels in a row. So 21 days, 21 reels, and the topic that I was talking about was you, a journey back to yourself. So everything that can help you connect back to who you are truly, like who you truly are. And here in this episode, I'm going to share everything that I learned from this experience of creating these 21 reels, specifically the consistency of it, what I learned from posting every day. The first thing that I did was, so I already knew how to create reels, so it was not like a big deal for me to create reels, and my priorities were very clear that I would, for now at least, more focus on the just getting it out there. I don't care if it's perfect or not, if the lighting is horrible. Like on day 4 or something, the lighting, I used my ring light, and the ring in like a yellow shade. I don't know what's up, but the whole thing is so bad. The whole lighting is extremely bad, like it's horrible. And there are a few days like that, like most of the days are like that. Okay, so I'll share what actually happened. So I would normally record in the day, because if you are a creator, if you take photographs or anything, like even like a basic person would normally know that creating content in natural sunlight, like natural light, is way better than doing it in the artificial, I won't call it artificial light, but from the tube light or the bulbs or anything. Okay, so I would normally do it with that lighting, but I don't know what was happening with all of my neighbors, like all of my neighbors, and like people around me in my locality, in my neighborhood. Like they would do such renovation, drilling. They would literally be like, I don't know, there would literally be like, there are 3 drills going on at the same time. There's like a drum who person, there's like bikes, and it would be just so loud that I just physically could not record a reel in daytime. Like I just could not do it. If I ever did, I would automatically be hindered by talk, and it would be louder than my voice. So I could not do it. So what I was saying was, in the start, my intention was just to challenge myself to just provide value for 21 days straight and not focus on the lighting, the makeup, following the trending sounds of reels or anything like that. It was just like, just get it done, like literally just get it done. And this is something that my mom said recently, and it's really stuck with me. She said that in the start everything is chaotic. No, like, and I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah, in the start everything is chaotic. Nobody knows what they're doing. I remember the first time I went live in 2020. Yeah, it was November 2020 or somewhere around that time. That video is still up on my account, but it was so bad. I had such a so I was live on Instagram, and I wanted to go live on Instagram, a very long time, but I was just holding myself back. And I went live. I was like, whatever, we're just going live. It is just happening. And I remember I was sitting on my dining table and my phone was just supported with, I don't know, like a random thing which would be there, like a book or something, bottle, I don't know, something. And I was just wearing a grey t-shirt, I guess. It was so dull. There was no decent lighting. I was almost crying, okay, on the live because A, I was so scared, and B, and B, oh my god, the women who joined, they were so supportive. They were so supportive of me. They were just talking to me and they're just amazing. I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying. I was just like, I was almost crying. And so the first time you do something, it is going to be chaotic. And if you are like sort of something like committing it to it for a longer time, it might feel not exciting at first, okay? It might feel like, yeah, whatever, it might not seem exciting, it might not seem fun. It would just feel like a thing you have to do, like you have to do. Maybe yoga is something that like is fun to you, but the pre-work of it is so boring. Like you have to set up the mat, you have to get in the clothes, you have to like set up the YouTube video if you're following a YouTube video, or go drive to a yoga studio, whatever. Like it might in the start not always feel fun, okay? The second thing I learned was in the middle, like from like almost like day 8 to day 15ish, okay? It felt like, yeah, nobody even cares. Who cares if I post or not? Let me just like skip a day, whatever, it does not matter. And I had to literally push myself and be like, no, it does matter, just do it, okay? Just do it. Like there were days where I literally had like forced myself to do it, because it's not easy. I'll tell you, committing to something is not always easy, and that is not an excuse to be like, I won't do it. It is just that you have to push past through that resistance. I am so proud of myself that I completed that 21 days. I mean, yes, it's not a big deal. It is just 21 days. Like if you look at it that way, but for me, it was a big deal. And it was something that I'm proud of and something that I'm celebrating, even though it's very, very, very small. I did not officially do anything, like whatever, but I am still very proud of it and I'm still celebrating it. So in the middle part, like you might feel like so much resistant, and at that time, like it also you sort of subconsciously understand that it is going to just take you like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. You know that on that level, because you've been doing it for so long, you know that it is just going to take you that amount of time, and it is not going to be as difficult as your ego mind is trying to make it, okay? You know that on a level. It is just that, the tiny push that comes. If I have like the camera in front of me, then there's no problem. Like then I can just record. Or if I have like just opened my hair and just parted my hair in the way that I do it on my reel, then it's okay. Then I can do it. But that effort to make that little push of like setting up the tripod, the ring light, the camera and everything, like that takes effort. That does, because your ego mind will try to trick you. It will. But you know what? Don't get tricked. Literally, it's as easy. It's just like, don't get tricked. And there are a few things that you can say. Like you can just keep saying affirmations, or you can remind yourself as to why did you even start doing that thing from the first place. Whatever you're trying to do, like why did you start to do that in the first place? Because I did it because I wanted. Okay, so I had another plan with it. I wanted to launch Metamorphosis, which is a course and it's being born. That's just all that it will be born when it wants to be. I cannot force it to be born anyways, but I'm holding space for it and I love it, and it's going to be a really amazing program. So I had everything ready. I had the launch ready, I had the pre-launch ready, I had a masterclass that was going to go up, I had the dates ready, I had the whole schedule ready. I even had the graphics ready. Oh my god, yes, I even had the graphics ready, and still it did not want to be launched. It wants to be something entirely different. I'm pretty sure it's going to be really good. So yes, that is Metamorphosis for you. It's a group program if you did not figure it out yet. It is a program about transformation, about how the butterfly gets transformed, how the caterpillar gets transformed into the butterfly, and the story of the butterfly, and how we are designed to be that way as well. There is one day, I guess it is like grade 12 or something, I don't know, where I share about this. But anyways, that was the plan. I know I said this three times. I'm just thinking something. That was like what I was going to do. I was going to launch Metamorphosis after you, A Journey Back to Yourself, because it's all connected, but it did not happen. But I had to keep reminding myself as to why I am doing that. And when you do something on social media, especially when there are legit people who follow you and they sort of count on you, like maybe people don't comment or like, or even like literally or anything, they just watch. Yeah, it sounds a little creepy, but people watch. I am pretty sure that if I had not posted one day, there would be at least one person, I don't know, it could be whoever, but I feel like there would be at least one person who would have noticed that, oh, there is no reel today. Like, yes, it would have struck somebody, I don't know who, but somebody. So yes, even though things don't look the way, like, things can look way different than they actually are. That is what I learned. And in the end, by the end phase, I just learned that it just became so normal and natural to me. So in the end, I actually went to visit my relatives, and oh my god, their house is so Instagrammable, it's not even okay. They're like full length mirrors everywhere, like almost in every room, and even in the passage, in the hall to the bedroom passage, there's the kitchen, there are like these high chair tables, and it just such a beautiful floral stool. Oh my god, that house is very Instagrammable. So there is one so there's this one section of the reels, like all the reels that started, it was of me like recording the reel via the mirror. That's how I want to explain it. Yeah, so it was just like me looking through the mirror, and obviously I was at somebody else's place, so I was automatically well dressed all of the time. So I was actually wearing jewelry, I was actually like had my hair sort of, I was wearing really pretty tops and everything. And that really just taught me that, okay. And another thing, so it was my relatives' place, okay, and my relatives are amazing, I just love them so much, but there was this factor of like my other relatives coming into the house, and they were talking very, very loudly, and I would just go into the room, lock myself, like I'll tell my brother and my mother, okay, I'm going to record a reel, like at least don't come into our room, okay, I have to record the reel with just me, I don't want you in the room. But then there would be times where there would be loud noises of people talking, and I'll start recording, and then somewhere somebody would just start laughing, or somebody would scream something from one end of the house to the other end of the house, and I'll just be like, oh my god, I want to start crying. But you know what? I figured it out. I was so I actually shocked myself, I'll be honest, by the level of I don't know, compassion, maturity, and kindness that I did. I just I walked in. All I did was just close the the door of the hall, and I walked back to my room, and I closed my room's door, and then I started again, and that did block out some voice. Like, I could have easily, just thrown the phone away, started screaming and started blaming, and like, just a side note, I love all my relatives, okay? So if there's any relative listening to you, don't feel like you're bothering me or anything. I love you. Okay, back to the note. Yes, so I could have easily, showed, like, did that, what, I'm at my relative's place, there's nothing here, I am so tired, and this and that. Like, I could have, like, that was a possibility, that was a probability, but it was my choice to figure out a way. So, in the end, by the end, you sort of just have this muscle, like, it has become so strong that you can, instead of like giving up, you're like, okay, I'll tell you. You become excited that, I have followed through for, like, say 17 days, and there are just XYZ days more. I have followed through so many days. I just these many days, and then it will be over. Like, it being over is always bittersweet, but there's always a factor of, like, completion, that, oh my god, I did it, and I'm so proud of me. So that comes, and in the end, it almost gets, like, easier, a little bit more easier, because you can see the end coming, and by the end you can also see the results coming up. So you can see people, like, liking the posts, or maybe not, but you can see people commenting, you start to gain followers, you start knowing more people. It just happens. People start DMing you, or you get whatever. But by the end, it becomes normally way more easier than it was in the first two phases. And by the end, like, the main challenge you sort of have is to, like, complete it with a bang, to just complete it in a way which feels good to you. Because honestly, when you compare your first reel to your last reel, you can see the difference. You can see all the new things that you started. So in two of my reels, I guess in the start of my reels, I don't remember, but I don't know if I used to put captions, like, not the captions, but the subtitle, I don't know, whatever to call it, in the starting reels, I don't know. But by the end, you just become way faster at it. You gain that I won't say mastery, but it just becomes way easier for you to do it. Like, it making like cooking anything. So if you make a roti, you roll it out. If you keep doing something again and again and again and again and again and again, and you put so much repetition, it happens. It happens. It gets better. I mean, yes, like, you have to put efforts with everything you do, but by that time, you just even want to put more efforts. You even, you get the desire of, like, staying so committed to it and so connected to it, and it almost becomes second nature. By the end, the question for me was not like, I do not want to post it. It was just like, I have so in those mirror yes, in those mirror reels also, the lighting was bad, because that the room that we were staying in it did not have tube lights. So there was no one bright source of light, and I could not on the lights behind me, like behind the mirror. So it would flash and my face would not show if that light was on. And there were like 2 to 3 different colors of light. So in on top of the mirror there was this yellow light. So in a lot of my reels I look like that there's this, it's something, okay, and like the rest of the lights are white and I'm looking weird, and it's just something, it's like a scene, okay. It's like I said, it's an experience, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So yeah, those were almost, it can be all, but those are almost all of the lessons that I learned from running, and that's what I want to call it, running the 21 days reels experience. I hope this helped you, and I hope this served you, and I hope to talk to you again very soon. Bye.